What it do, what it do. It's your boy Sally Billsman, man, coming out of Jacktown, Mississippi. Shadows, Projects, Christian Brotherhood. What it do, what it do. Well, coming up in Shadows, the Christian Brotherhood, and the Projects, I was inspired by the streets, pimps, hustlers. I grew up coming up, looking up to those cats, man, and that's kind of inspired me, seeing them coming through in the big Cadillacs, the big whips. When I was small, I said, man, that inspired me to want to, you know what I mean, get that money and just, you know what I mean, do what I do. So that's what inspired me, my hood, just seeing the cats come up, the OGs and the pimps and the hustlers when I was young. So once I got my feet wet and jumped off the porch, man, that's what I did. I kind of started throwing parties first, you know what I mean? So Puff Dad was really the biggest cat that inspired me that's nationally known, really with Puffy. You know, I don't like the name drop, but, you know, like the hustlers in my hood, you know what I mean? The OGs in my hood inspired me. My neighborhood inspired me. Uncles and, you know what I mean, cousins, they was doing their thing also. So, you know, it's kind of in the bloodline. Had a lot of hustles in the family. And one of the main ones, man, was, you know, he gone now, Dave Burns, and he really inspired me. He was a big inspiration on what I did. And that's it. I ran the streets, man, 24/24. That was my job, man, since I was 14. You know, man, I still can, goddamn it, you know, come to the hood, you know what I mean? I still can come to the hood, in the hood. If this is my hood, Christian Brotherhood, you know what I'm talking about? I still can come over here, man, in the bricks, you know what I'm talking about? That's what it is, love everywhere, that's what it is, man. Christian Brotherhood, man, real project, man. You know what I'm talking about? The builder, nigga. Yeah, that's what we do. Already. Jacktown, Mississippi. Man, I came up single parent, man, 4 other siblings, and, you know, mom, she hustled, worked hard to make a living, man, and made sure we had what we needed, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was kind of rough, but, you know, we made it happen. Mom made it happen, and that kind of inspired me too to jump off the porch a little early, man, at the age of 14, to start, you know, getting that money, pick that sack up, do what I had to do to make sure mom, you know what I mean? Man, she was working downtown at this hotel. Back in the 70s, it was called, I want to say the Downtowner. Then it went to the Ramada, the Radisson. Then it ended up being the Edison Walthall. You may know now. I don't know if it's open now, but it ended up being the Edison Walthall. She worked down there like 30 years. My father was in and out. You know, I really didn't see him much, and, you know, I didn't see him much. He was just in and out. He really went in our household, so he left, I believe I was probably 2 years old, so I didn't really see my father much. Well, my big homie, man, out of Houston, man, like I said, I don't want to do no name dropping, but, you know, we started running it around 93, and he started a record company, and I kind of was in that record company with him and doing the promotion part. The first artist I worked with out of Houston was Lil Flip. I brought him down to Hazelhurst, and then we brought him down to Jackson. And that was the first artist I worked. The second artist I worked with was Lil Boosie. When picked him up from the track in Baton Rouge, picked him up along with 12 other homies from his hood, and we brought him to Jacktown. Boosie was still underground at that time. And I believe C-Loc had just went to jail, and he was just signing with Trill and them, Mel and them, so yeah, me and Boosie, we pretty cool. We worked together, music and shows. Actually, we did a couple songs together. I booked him actually for his first show ever in Jackson. When I first booked Boosie, man, Boosie was $900. Today, Boosie is $50,000. So, you know how long that been. Seriously, I had a positive and a negative impact. What I mean by that, you know, I inspired the younger cats in the city to want to get money, because what I was doing, what they seen me doing for us, and the whips, the jewelry, the ladies, and so forth, so on. And in a negative way, I feel like I impact on a negative way. Kids want to grow up and be me. And I'm looking back, it really wasn't a good thing, because they growed up with the guns in their hand, picked their sack up. That's how I impact on the negative side, and that's that. I spent 6.5 years in the feds. Possession with the intent to distribute 1,000 kilograms of marijuana. Conspiracy. The time, you know, I did some good time. It wasn't stressful, you know what I mean? I learned a lot. I got my GED, you know what I mean? Went to college, learned how to do welding. I got forklift certifications. I got a lot of trades while I was in there, man, and I just educated myself, man, and just surrounded myself with a lot of good, positive people, you know. So, like the governor from Louisiana, Edwin Edwards, did time with him. I did time with the governor out of Alabama, Don Siegelman. We was all pretty close, and I did time with a lot of congressmen out of Tennessee, Memphis, Roscoe. He a good friend of mine, and I just surrounded myself around a lot of good positive people. So Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, a whole lot of good people, man, from New York, Cali, Michigan, all down south, Texas, Alabama. Some of the homies in the SIP, you know, it was pretty cool. It was a good experience. I learned a lot from it. It was a humbling experience. You know, I still ride around, man, with my paperwork. You know what I'm talking about? My paperwork's straight. You know, I ain't take nobody with me. I'm a real motherfucker nigga. You know what I mean? Nigga want to know what I went to jail for. It's all right here. You know, I ride around with it. So if you want to know, man, you see me in traffic, man, fuck with me. Get me down and let you see this shit. I'm a real nigga. Everybody can't do this shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Indictment, all that shit, dog. My case out of fucking Texas. My case ain't out of Mississippi. You know what I mean? It's facts. When you get caught up by the feds, the first thing they gonna do is try to get you to cooperate. That's the first thing they gonna do. But me being the solid cat I am, I don't rock like that. So, you know, I laid down when it did my time. Didn't take nobody with me, you know what I mean? So it's something that, you know what I mean, I don't want to go back through. That's why now I got a lot of things planned coming up. Like I'm writing a movie now, and we're gonna start shooting that probably in 2018, and we probably gonna get back in the studio and get back to throwing shows, something positive. I think they hot, man. I think they doing their thing. You know, back when I was in the gang, doing my thing is different than today. It's totally different. And you know, got a lot of hot artists in Jackson, and you know, I respect them cats, man. Everybody doing what they do, staying in their lane, doing what you do. You know what I mean? Man, Tupac, of course, Master P, and man, that's about it, man. Of course, Rap-A-Lot, Scarface, Wild House. And back in 04, man, I brought Master P through Jacktown, man, and pretty cool cat, man. This is when he was worth the $400 million, and you know, and I really had a relationship with the whole camp. I got mad respect for my guy, man, Boo Racine, man. You know, he been doing his thing a long time, man, and David Banner. I actually went to school with David Banner, played in the marching band with David Banner, so I've been knowing him a minute. And, you know, and I did some work with Banner also. Provine High School, Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, I was a grade above Banner. Well, I met Boo, man, it was a long time ago in the 90s, man. Just, you know, in the streets, man, just, you know what I mean, cool dude, man. Cool dude, man. Well, back then, when I was doing my thing with Monetary Records, Cold War Entertainment, it was like this. I was speaking on my life and what I experienced and what I was going through, which was streets, drugs, women, cars, clothes, just material things. Now, today's trend is much different. And I respect these cats and what they doing, and I support them in what they doing. They stand in their lane, doing their thing, whatever it take to get your bread, you know what I mean? That's what it is. And today's trend, man, is I think they stand in their lane, man. If you ain't lived that life or did that, I think you shouldn't even rap or talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? So the cats, that's today's trend, they stand in their lane. They rapping on what they do. You know what I mean? And I understand them cats, man. I respect them cats. So yeah, I like Young Dolph. I like what he putting down. I like what he doing. But you know, be honest, I don't listen to a lot of cats, man. I like old school shit, man. You know what I mean? No disrespect to what they got going on, but you know, I like this the old school shit, man. You know, I like to take it back to the Ghetto Boy, the Scarfaces, and the Master P's. I still listen to all that shit, all Tupac. But like I say, back to what I was saying, man, I like what Young Dolph doing, but you know, I still listen to like Gucci Mane, you know, all the older artists, Jeezy. Man, I had Lexus was my first, I don't want to say foreign, but was my first car. Benz is my favorite car. I had about 3 Benzes. All kinds of trucks, Suburbans, Tahoe, Denali's. But the Benz and the Lexus was my favorite car, so that's pretty much what I drove. Man, my cousin, you know, he had Monetary Records for a minute, and I had Cold War Entertainment. I was a promoter during the parties and the concerts. So, cuz, you know, I always been a big supporter in what he did with Monetary Records, and I liked what he was doing, the direction he was going with it. So, you know, he had some young artists from the hood, and I started working with him, you know what I mean? And just, they had, the work ethic, it wasn't there. So I kind of came in and got with them and hopped in the studio. And when I heard myself, Cub was like, man, you ought to try it out, man, you sound good. So I was like, for real? Let's go. So the first song I did was a song called We Clean. And, you know, not just trying to go nowhere with it. It just caught on, man, like wildfire, man, like Mississippi, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana. And boom, man, a lot of free record companies, man, tried to reach out to me. Magazines, I did the Ozone, Groove Line, a few other magazines, man, and had a few meetings with a few executives, and I really just didn't take no deals because I was very grandiose, man, and arrogant, and thought I had it all. Like, man, I got money, man, I don't need to sign no deal, man. So, you know, just doing my thing, man, and was the hottest thing in the SIP for a long time. And, you know, got around, moving around, met a lot of program directors because I had put the song on the radio in 3 or 4 different states, and, you know, and that's what it was, man. Wow, countless. Let's see. Man, like I said, I did Flip, Boosie, Master P, Gorilla Zoe, Jesus, Slim Thug. Man, it'd take me 10 days to name all the artists, but you know, I did a lot of shit, man, with a lot of artists, man. My first comedy show was Bruce out of Atlanta. And you know, that's the first show I actually draw a check off, because most shows I did was cash. So I went through Ticketmaster with Bruce at the comedy show downtown Jackson at the Thigh-Meyer Hall, and I think that check was about $33,000. So that was my biggest check for us to deposit in the bank. And I did a lot of comedy shows. They got unlimited resources and money. So when you get in trouble with them, they say your name versus the United States of America. And they take their time. They don't come fast. They have all their ducks in a row when they come. And it was like over about 12-month period, I was getting followed from this state, that state, here in Mississippi. So it took 12 months because they was building the case and trying to get more. I fly into airports, they following me, chasing me, stopping me, getting caught with currency here, currency there. So, you know, I encountered them within that 12 months a lot. And I was in denial at first, but after a few months, when I realized what was going on, I said, fuck it, I'm finna stack these papers, whatever. Just couldn't stop. The first plea they offered me was 10 years. And I actually turned the first plea down. Secondly, they came with 9 and I took it because I didn't want to play with them, you know what I mean? I wasn't going to trial. I had my mind made up that I was going to lay down and do my time. So I took the second plea, which was 9 years. Went through the drug program and got 18 months taken off of that from completing the drug program. So that helped. So I ended up doing 6.5 on the 9. Well, back in '93, I did 6 months for a simple possession charge. That's it. That's the only other encounter I had for us doing time. First off, the streets ain't no good. Ain't nobody keeping it 100. Ain't nobody solid in these streets, man. And my advice is go to college, get some type of trade. You know what I mean? Do something different. You know, cause the hustle game, man, it's no ending. You know what I mean? There's no ending to that. It's gonna keep going on until something bad happen, death, prison, and you know, I don't advise nobody to follow my footsteps first in selling drugs or doing shit like that. You know what I mean? I advise all the youngsters, you can be what you want to be, just put your mind to it, and don't be a follower, be a leader. And just go to school, man, get a trade, man, do something with yourself, man, and you know, whether it's you want to be a rapper or a businessman or a politician or whatever, doctor, lawyer, you can be whatever you want to be, man, just put your mind to it, man.